What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level, and today I'm back on offense with a killer money play for you guys. It has a very glitchy route in it, a play that's going to get you a lot of one-play touchdowns or just big gains in general. It's going to beat all zones in the game, so anytime your opponent's in zone, you have the ability to either get a huge gain or a one-play touchdown with this if your opponent is not using the post. Now, we are in the Titans playbook right now. We've been breaking down a lot of stuff out of the Titans playbook lately because I'm trying to showcase just how good this playbook can be. Now, the play we want to look at today is the 5-1-8 hook, and this is in a few other really good playbooks, so I'll link all the playbooks it's in below. Now, to set this up, first and foremost, let's just do the setup first. We just want to streak the tight end and then put our A receiver on an in route. Optional is putting your running back on a swing route. I like to leave him blocking if I'm attempting to go for the big play because it helps us buy more time. But in a regular scenario, I would usually put him on a swing route because it gives us a little bit more options. But right now, I'm going to leave him blocking because I want to showcase the steep post. Now, against cover 2, it's going to be a huge gain over the middle. Against cover 3, it's going to be a one-play touchdown if you buy the time. And against cover 4, you're going to be able to get a huge gain out of it as well. So first against cover 2, let's show this. It's going to cross over the middle. You just want to pass lead it inside. I got hit with the block shed there. The block shed is going to probably be annoying in this video because this route takes a little bit to develop. But in a regular game, the block shed isn't nearly as bad as it is in practice mode. So here we go. Over the middle against cover 2 is going to be a huge gain. Like I said, it has to be user guarded. It's a very deadly post. Now we're going to go against a cover 3 here. And if we can buy the time, I'm going to show you that this is going to be a one-play touchdown for us pretty much every time. If we can just buy this time, and there we go. As you can see, wide opening. Dez dropped the ball. How funny is that? Just like the memes, Dez called it. No, you dropped it, Dez. But anyway, you saw he was wide open for the touchdown. The reason being is that comeback route over there is going to hold the attention of that the deep blue cornerback, and then the streak is going to take the deep blue safety, which is going to give Dez Bryant a wide open area down there on the deep corner to take it for a touchdown. So I'm going to show it against cover 4 in a minute too, but I'm going to have to back out to switch to that play. So I'm going to show the other routes real quick. Now against cover 2, we're going to, of course, have this in route as a nice solid gain over the middle for us. Now, if you put your running back on a swing route, it gives us an extra option because now we have the high-low read with the comeback and the flat. If they're playing back, we can hit the flat route and pick up an easy 5 to 7 yards most of the time with that. It's a very solid pickup. If they're playing cover 2 and playing underneath coverage, in that case, we would be able to hit the comeback wide open, as I'm going to show you right here. The cornerback comes down to play the flat, and I threw that a little too early. I was supposed to wait for him to actually stop, but as you can see, he was wide open. And of course, if they play underneath, the post is going to be open again as well. It's going to be open no matter what. Now, against cover 3, we're going to have pretty much the same thing. If we're, if we want to go for the big play, we can do that, but I usually recommend, hitting the underneath stuff if it's open first. The big play should be something you go to only when you need a huge play, or if you're trying to catch them off guard, or if you you're in a situation where you need it. Otherwise, take your underneath stuff if it's open, because if it's guaranteed, that's better to take the quick 5 to 10 yards rather than waiting for the big play and possibly getting sacked. And again, it's the same thing as cover 2. If they play back, we can hit this flat route underneath, pick up 5 to 7 yards most of the time with that. If they play underneath, we can hit that the comeback route. Now against man, this post actually isn't very good against man. So if I read man, I'm looking for first the in route because that's unbumpable. And if they happen to be user guarding that, see, a lot of times they're going to still user guard the post, because if we hit them with the post a couple times, they're going to stay back there because they're going to be worried. So that's going to allow that in route to be open most of the time. So that's the first look I want to go to against a man defense. And the faster the receiver you have there, the more yards after catch you can get. And then if for whatever reason they're user covering that, we're going to have the comeback route, which is another really good man beater. As soon as he makes his stop, we can just bullet it, and we can hold the possession catch. Now there, Dak Prescott gave us not that great of a throw, so let's do it one more time. But you just want to throw a regular bullet pass. You don't have to do any pass leading. As soon as he stops, and as you can see, it's just going to leave the cornerback lost. The cornerback just can't really defend that very good. So those are the options we have against all of the regular coverages in the game. Now, I'm going to go to the cover 4 real quick to show the deep post versus that, to show you that even against a cover 4, we can still hit this deep post. It's just that deadly. It's going to work against all of these these different types of coverages. So you got to buy a little bit more time against cover 4. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. See right here, and as you can see, even against cover 4, still get a huge gain out of it. Now, allow me to just kind of rant just for a second here, because I already know, I've seen it on other people's YouTube videos, and usually when you showcase a route like this, people comment and say, oh, well, a good player will take that away, a good player will just use that. Well, you know, that's the point. If you have a route like that on the play, that's making you dictate how your opponent plays, and that's exactly what you want. You know, people say, oh, if a good user will just shut that route down, that's fine, that's great. Please shut that route down, because we have other routes underneath we can hit, we can run the ball, we can audible to a different formation. Like, the whole point of coming out and having a route like that or a play like that, it doesn't mean, hey, spam this route, spam this play all game long, it's unstoppable. No, any user can take away a route, but a user can only take away one route. You know, if a really good user can bait you and then possibly take away 2 routes, but this route runs so deep that, I mean, if you want to stop it, you really have to commit to it, or you have to send a heavy blitz to not give you the time. But all of that is dictating how your opponent plays. So, you know, just because a user can take this away, that's fine, because that's why you have other options. That's why you can run the ball. That's why you can audible different formation. That's why it's important to give your opponent different looks, because if you just run one thing over and over, yeah, of course a good player can stop anything, but on the other side, anything can beat a good player if they're not expecting it. You know, if they're expecting you to just spam the deep route all game, you can just eat them up underneath. Like I said, you can audible to the run. You give them different things to think about. So just because a user can stop this route doesn't make it not useful, because you're still dictating where your opponent has to use her. That still helps you out on offense, because now you can force them to, you hit them underneath enough times, now they're going to say, well, I have to stay underneath. Now I have to cheat down, I have to bite down, because he's hitting the flat route, or he's hitting the in route, or he's hitting a comeback route, or he's running the ball. I have to stay home, and then that's when you can go to hitting him back up top. So this isn't something to spam, it's something to definitely use and pull out at the right time, and again, dictate how your opponent has to play defense. So that's how you need to look at these type of plays and these type of routes, is force your opponent to worry about it, and then you can beat them with other things. And if it's an opponent that's refusing to use it and adjust to it, or just doesn't have the skill to stop it, then by all means keep throwing it, because that's on him if he can't stop it. So just a little rant I wanted to throw in there with that, because I think a lot of people, they just think of, oh, a user can stop the route and that's it, but that's just such a small piece of the puzzle. You know, there's a bigger picture here when it comes to playing the chess game of Madden. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, just like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.